Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coach's Corner. This is our podcast out at Somerset Academy Collegiate out on 4802 Vance Jackson Road, where we talk about all things athletics. Today I have the pleasure of having our amazing varsity softball team with me. And without further ado, we're going to get started today. Ladies, how are you?
Good.
Good in unison. Perfect. I love it. You nailed it. So we'll start to my immediate left. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what grade level you're in. That's my left right here. Hold your finger up like this, right? And then you'll know which one's your left.
My name is Izzy. I'm a senior and I'm a catcher.
My name is Abby. I'm a sophomore and I'm a shortstop.
My name is Sienna, but I usually go by Cece, and I'm a senior and a pitcher.
Nice. By the way, I had the pleasure of being there at senior night this week, and it was amazing. Wasn't it so amazing?
Yes,
Yes.
very emotional.
Yeah, there was a lot of crying. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to the tears, but that's okay. I know your coaches were super proud of you. Your parents were all there. Your grandparents, some of your grandparents came. You had a huge crowd too. I mean, there were tons and tons of kids from the school that were there that night. And you had a doubleheader.
Yes.
And you won the first game by how much?
17-0.
17.
17-0. It's a heck of a team. This is baseball, folks, not basketball, or softball, and not basketball, and they're still racking up scores like that. So, tell us a little bit about your coaching staff. What do you got going on for coaches this year?
So this year we have Coach Reggie and Coach Montez. Coach Reggie has coached basketball before, and she's coached softball before, and Coach Montez also coaches basketball as well.
Yeah, wasn't Coach Reggie your assistant last year?
Yes,
Yes.
she was.
And then she stepped up into the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she did.
Pun intended.
Coach Dixon did have us go to state last year, and I think her and Coach Reggie worked really well together. A really good chemistry, but I also really like Coach Montez and Coach Reggie. They both know how to have a good time.
Okay, they have different styles.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about Coach Reggie's style?
I love how she jokes
Stay close to your microphone so they can hear you. I'm going to make you famous.
I love how she jokes around with us. She always corrects us when we need it. And really I just like the way she coaches because
She's kind.
she's kind.
She doesn't seem to yell much.
No. We're just really comfortable with her.
To be fair, though, Coach Montez doesn't seem to yell very much either. Is he yeller? Does he yell?
No, he's
No.
a jokester.
He jokes around with us.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? But it's really, we don't do anything.
It's kind of hard, though, to correct you when your season is so ridiculously good. I mean, not saying that, you're perfect in any way, but you sort of are because you're undefeated, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we
How
are.
many games have you played, do you think?
Around 8.
Yes,
I
around
believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
around 8. Cece says 8. We'll go with 8. And you've won every single one of them. You won them in fashion, right? Like large numbers. What's the biggest score that you had so far?
One of our games we won 24-0.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Yes.
Again, folks, this is softball. This is not basketball. To have scores like that is crazy to me. And then you had a 17-0 the other night, and your doubleheader. What was the other score? The second game.
I believe 23-2.
23-2. So just about the same thing. Man, you're gonna let anybody win?
No,
No.
we're taking it all the way this year.
Okay, so you want the trophy.
Yes.
Well, for your seniors, that's your last chance at the trophy. How many seniors are on the team? I know we have a few.
We have 4 on the team. 4 on the team, and then
I think it's more than 4.
2 managers.
Oh, is that how it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. All right, because I had counted 6 myself. It was a super cool night just to see everybody. I mean, minus the crying. I'm not much into the crying thing, but it was a super cool night. Everybody was really happy. Although poor Julia, she ended up losing half of her 25 balloons that went flying off into space. I don't know if you saw that. That was.
I didn't
no.
see that.
I thought it was going to hit the transformer and explode, but it did not. Thank goodness. It went right through the lines and took off. What's your favorite thing about softball this year?
Mine is spending more time with the seniors since is their last year, I want to do and like make everything possible so we can win state this year for them.
Oh, nice. That's an
And-
unselfish underclassman right there.
Yes.
You should be proud of her.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say my favorite part of the season this year is definitely just getting to know the girls more. We gelled really well together. At first it was a little different just because a lot of girls are new, but once we all got comfortable playing with each other, we gelled really well and we honestly played pretty good together. So I really like that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, you got several underclassmen that start,
Mhm.
which is great. That means the program you're going to leave it in really good shape when they're out there winning games like this as freshmen and sophomores. That's really going to be incredible for them moving forward. Cece, what's your favorite part about the season?
Almost the same as Izzy with I was also a little iffy at the beginning of the season, knowing I don't know these new people, but I put my trust in them. And I still have my trust in them because I've noticed how well they've been doing. And like we've grown so much as a team together. And I know we can make it far.
Yeah, and there's a few girls I think I noticed on the team that are new to us, period, this year. They're new to the Bear family, and they're on the team, and they're succeeding and excelling, and I love to see that. I think, as the school leader, I always want every kid to find something they love. Nobody wants to come to school if there's not something that you love about it. And you're not going to love everything, unfortunately. But every kid should find that place where they feel comfortable and they feel like they're part of a group or a family. And I think sports does that really well. Is softball the only sports that you play?
No.
Who's no?
I just got this.
All right, tell me.
I play volleyball. I'm in track. I did basketball. And
Was there any sports you don't play? How about that?
Soccer.
But that's just because you were playing basketball.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which one's your favorite?
Softball, of course.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why softball? Why is it so awesome?
I just feel like myself playing, and I just enjoy the game, really.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Mhm.
I played baseball from 5 years old until my senior year in high school myself. So there is something special about the game.
Mhm.
Some people don't love baseball and softball and that kind of thing on TV. And I get it. Like, it's not very fun watching it sometimes, especially if it goes 20 innings and you're like, man, is this ever going to end? But I think you can say the same thing about soccer. It's the only sport I know that can last 4 hours and then 0-0.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's a special sport for sure. What about you, Cece?
Softball is the only sport I play.
You're dedicated.
Yes, I'm very dedicated. I've been playing this sport since I started t-ball at 3 years old, and then an official softball team at 4. And I don't know. I've tried other sports here and there, and I've just never felt the connection I have with softball. And I think it's just because of how young I started off, and also like my parents who did everything for me to make sure I enjoyed this and did what I wanted to do for the sport. And I'm just stuck with it.
I think that's critical while you have the microphone, shouting at your parents, because I know they're all very, very involved. They all have gone leaps and bounds for you, right? So what would you say to mom and dad right now if you could say to them? What would be your thing?
Thank you for taking care of all the travel expenses because
That's a
softball's so
lot.
expensive. It's so expensive. So thank you. And for teaching every single day.
That's good.
I would say thank you for motivating me to stay in softball. My dad has helped me a lot, really, and he comes out and practices with me when I need it. He helps cover all the payments. So
That's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot.
And we're pretty affordable, by the way. Some schools charge ridiculous amounts of money to play
Oh,
sports.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
What would you say? I mean, you already started to thank your parents, but you want to go ahead and say anything else?
Granted, my mom does not. She's getting better, but at the beginning, she did not know anything about this sport.
That's
But
okay.
no matter what, like she always said, she was always my number one cheerleader, and also like for still being by my side, even though I've had moments where where I'm just like not in a good mood, but it's okay because I come back from it. But thank you just for being there no matter what.
Hey, you know what? That's just growing up. You
Yeah.
girls are in that period of your life where things are just moody anyway, so it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But just you're going to get a little bit older, and you're going to get a little bit more wisdom, and you're going to look back and see everything they did for you, and that's awesome. And I'm glad that you already see it as young as you are. What makes softball? We talked about this a little bit, but what makes it a little bit different than some of the other sports? For those of you that play multiple sports, you didn't respond on the last one, so you want to start?
Oh, I've played different sports before, but I genuinely feel like softball is different. I have a family connection to it. Everyone in my family plays, and my grandfather passed away a couple years ago, and we always do a memorial game for him, so we always play in his honor. So I feel like it's more than just a game for me. I feel like it's more of like a family connection, and it's just a way that I can present myself on the field for everybody.
I love that. That's awesome. You played in other sports too. You played all of them. So what makes softball different?
It's just the team that I have and the passion that I have with softball. I mean, I do other sports for fun, but I want to go somewhere with softball.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if it's JUCO or anything, I just want to play softball basically my whole life. It just gives me the courage more than any other sport.
Well, I think you got a career in broadcasting because you perfectly segued into the next thing, right? I saw how you did that, and I'm very impressed. I'm just saying. So, where would you like to play softball for your next steps, if that's your dream and your goal?
If I consider going D1, I would say UT,
Okay.
but I would like to play with Izzy.
Yep.
You want to play with Izzy?
Yes.
So you're going to put in a good word? Because you are going to college, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience.
It was a long process. Definitely, if you do want to play at the next level, it's a lot of work. I have practice every single day, no matter if it's just hitting, fielding, running, just getting stronger as an athlete. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it in the end because you get to play longer, is what I think. And it's something that I want to do forever.
And where are you going to play?
I'm committed to Jarvis Christian University.
Okay. That's good stuff. Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. I can foresee, and I feel like I've seen some of this. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't have time. You know, collegiate and Somerset Academy is my life, so I don't have time for anything else. But just I swear I've seen some girls playing post-college now, and I think that really it's going to, and maybe even if it starts as sort of like a farmling mindset, I do think that we're not too far away from softball being a big deal. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can play up into your 30s if you wanted to. So I'm excited to see that. You know, we saw that with flag football, came online years ago, and the girls love flag football for whatever reason. That's a fun sport they all get into. They're very aggressive, and that's okay. But right now, just in the last 5 years or so, it became a scholarship sport at most of the colleges. So it's really an incredible opportunity, an incredible time for ladies sports. I love that. You got into college, so you know a little bit about that student athlete piece too. So what's critical for, how do you manage being a student athlete just in high school?
It's definitely, you just need to learn how to manage your time. So time management, it's going to be a lot, but if you really put your mind to it, you're going to be able to do it. Just doing homework on the days that or like in a class where you don't have any work, just doing your work there can have you do stuff later. And it just goes, if you want to have fun later, do the work now.
Hey, I say that. Did you take that from me?
Yep.
Work hard now so you can play later, or play now and work hard the rest of your life. And nobody likes that. What about you, Cease? What do you attribute to being a great student athlete?
It definitely takes time and dedication. It's what you put in for your effort is what comes out of it. So, if you slack on your education, then obviously there's going to be consequences when you're trying to get playtime. So, like, education always comes first and then the sport. It's you may love the sport as much as you want, but education is where it's at.
You nailed it. I love that. You want to add anything to that part of the conversation?
They all said it.
They all said it.
Mhm.
Well, I'll give you a little hint because you're getting ready to go into this, but pretty much every college athlete in the country reports at 5 or 5:30 in the morning every day, right? And coaches do that on purpose because you're in college and kids get in trouble in college. And if you have to be there at 5 a.m., you're not going to stay out until 2 a.m. because you have to be at practice at 5 a.m. And it's going to be a lot of work, but it's very rewarding and it sticks with you forever. So we talked about your next steps personally, but what is the legacy for our seniors that you really hope to leave your team and your school and your reputation?
Do you want to go or do you want me to go? You can go. Okay. Honestly, just you're gonna have a bad day. And what I always tell the girls is to always leave everything at the field house. So meaning whenever we pass that gate, just focus on one thing. Life goes on, everything is gonna be okay. It's just what you work for is what you're gonna get in a way. So if you're not working for it, if you're worried about other things, then it's gonna show on the field and it's gonna show like anywhere that you go, even in like work and college, no matter what, it's just gonna show.
That's the best advice I think anyone ever gave me too. I had a situation when I was in the Army, the first time I experienced that lesson, and you've learned it so young, which I think that's amazing. But something had happened at home, and I was in basic training in the Army, and there's no leaving, right? I was there for the full whatever, I think it's 8 weeks in the Army. And he just said to me, how are you going to get back to your family and fix the problem if you can't be present today and get done what you need to get done? And it's really that same lesson. And it's a tough lesson to learn, I think, but understanding that you got to compartmentalize life a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You can't let one thing explode all over everybody all day long because something didn't go right in your life. You're never going to reach your goals. And I don't know that you can ever call yourself successful or even happy if you can't compartmentalize a little bit and put things aside to meet your goal, right? CC, what about you? What's your legacy?
Almost the same as what Izzy said. Like, leave everything wherever. Like, once you're on the field, like, just have a completely different mindset because we need you on the field, not your mind anywhere else. And also, to just when making mistakes, like, unfortunately, like, it happens a lot in the team where it's a domino effect where one person is down, the next, like, we all just read from it. I think just to not get your head so stuck on just one mistake. It's something that happened and it can happen again, and it's up to you if you want to get through that or not, but it's best if you do because, again, it's a domino effect. If it happens to one person, the other person reads off of it, and it just keeps on going to the rest of the team. And that's what a lot of teams start falling back, and it sucks. It sucks a lot.
Two things that I think to take away from what you're saying is one, it's okay to fail. It's okay to make a mistake.
Mhm.
Did you learn from it? Can you use the wisdom that you just picked up from making that mistake and apply it to your life or your game at that moment, right? And get better and be better. And the other thing that you alluded to, but didn't quite say it exactly, which is be a good teammate, right? Whether it's your family, right? I think of my family as a team. Try to be a good teammate with your family. Be a good teammate, when you're on an athletic team or whatever. Work is definitely a team atmosphere. So being a good teammate is critical. The only thing in the world that people can't take away from you that you willingly give away is your reputation. That's the one thing that is going to be the difference maker again and again and again and again in your life. Right?
Mhm.
Do you want to add anything about legacy? I mean, I know you're just a sophomore, but you're pretty cool.
Just stay positive and
Okay.
like don't get too much in your head. Like it's really not worth it. I mean, yeah, everyone makes mistakes, and that's what I tell myself. Like everyone makes mistakes. Like we're going to fail no matter what, kind of. Like it's just
Can't be perfect, right?
Yeah, you can't be perfect.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So when's your next game?
Sometime next week. That's all we know.
We're in playoff mode.
You're in playoff mode.
Yes.
Oh, so we're still waiting on a few games to finish up. I think the boys for baseball are in playoff mode as well. So, in fact, track is going to have regionals and things coming up here shortly. So, state,
Yes.
they're already done with regionals.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to have that conversation in a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of big things happening. As always, we know we like to bring it. So if you're interested, come on down and check us out. 4802 Vance Jackson Road. We are enrolling now. We have an athletic team. We have robotics. We have engineering. We have all kinds of fun things for your kids to do. And we love the family environment, the family atmosphere. So if you're interested, come on down and enroll with us. Be on the lookout for Summer Boost is coming this summer, so you can be in part of the Summer Boost program if you're in kinder through 8. And we are going to be doing athletic training all summer, so be on the lookout for that schedule as well. Thank you, ladies. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
I love it. You guys are amazing. And as always, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a great day.